Welcome back to the Tidarium Hater. This is Mike. Today I want to talk to you about G.I. Joe Classified and how G.I. Joe Classified has flooded the market. I'm going to talk to you about what I'm seeing, how it's flooded the market, and about 9 months ago, I made a video predicting this. Now, when I made this video, G.I. Joe Oh Plenty in 2021, I actually really expected more to be at retail. But it turns out there is a flood of one wave at retail, but for the secondary market, there are just tons of options. You get pretty much anything that you want on the secondary market, most of it close to, at, or even below the original retail value. So my goal in this video, if you're interested in collecting G.I. Joe Classified, and maybe you're new to the game, maybe you're just wanting to collect more, maybe you got a few figures and you say, hey, I want to get more, I'm going to tell you what I'm seeing, how you might be able to get good deals, and how these deals might not last very long. We'll talk about it coming up. For those of you that shop at Show Z, there's a sale on 11/11. Right now you can get half price premium membership, which gets you 5% back during the 11/11 sale. The rest of the year, you're getting 3% back in bonus rewards, which can be used instantly. I use it all the time. I instantly reuse $3, $5, $7 on my next purchase or whatever, depending on how much you spend. And when you're buying $175, $200 figures, you're going to be getting quite a bit of money back to use on the next figure, and those kind of deals right there. There's also a few other sales, flash sales, coupons and stuff, and I'm going to make a video talking specifically about this sale on Thursday, so y'all know about it. So the first thing I want to start out talking about is retail. Target, Walmart, some Walmarts are stuck with this one wave here. So this is Lady J, Flint, and the repacked Cobra Commander that nobody wants. You know, why didn't they put out the Regal Cobra Commander, or why did they not give us a better one? But anyway, there's also barbecues showing up right now. But the barbecues aren't really going to sit on the shelves so much. They might, but they won't sit on the shelves as much as this one wave. See, the barbecue is still the Cobra Island exclusive. The rest of them are everywhere. You can get them everywhere. And so, of course, those are going to sit for a little bit, and they're not troop builders. And these were even on sale for a while. Now, we also see, and I don't have a picture of it, but the movie wave sits a lot because there really is not a bunch of excitement around the movie, and the characters and figures don't look exactly like we want as collectors for the most part. So the meat and potatoes of this video is the secondary market. So here is Mercari. Mercari is the second largest, I'd say, secondary market retailer online next to eBay. And I'd put eBay still as number one. They're just the biggest. And this one is number two. They probably do half or 40% the volume of eBay. I don't have those statistics and those numbers, but from what I witness and see, it seems like eBay still has way more listings. But for Mercari to have over 1,000 listings of anything really got my attention. And it's an ocean of G.I. Joe Classified on there. And the way they operate, they constantly mark down prices. Like you say, what's your absolute lowest you take for this? $20? Well, they'll keep marking it down until it's 20. When it hits 20, you can still make them an offer to go lower. So Mercari has so much, I could never find the bottom of the page. And everything else I've ever searched on Mercari, I found the bottom of the page. Could not find the bottom of the page for G.I. Joe Classified. It's an ocean of stuff. There's so much out there. And you know, this doesn't even count collections. Like, there's a whole collection of these. Well, that's over 1,000 individual listings and collections. Here we are with eBay. And with eBay, it's pretty much the same thing. But eBay's a little more transparent than Mercari. There's 8,561 results. So you know exactly the number of results. Now, I didn't find, is there 100, 200, 300 full-on collections out there? And then, of course, a lot of, like, there's 3 figures in a row or something. So that's not 8,561 figures. That's 8,561 results that could result into 10, 15,000 figures that are out there for sale. So the thing about this is that there are so many listings and there's so much for sale. I bounced this discussion off of a few of my friends, and they pointed out something that I guess it makes some sense. The points they were bringing up is that, well, if you look at Marvel Legends, the same criteria, that they have 100,000 listings on eBay right now. So yeah, that's a good point, but Marvel Legends has been around for 20 years, not a year and a half. And so, obviously, that is going to be a big factor in Marvel Legends. The other thing, Marvel Legends comes out with wave after wave after wave after wave after wave after wave. It's like, I don't even know what wave they're on because there's 3 waves at the same time at retail right now. And there's more coming down the road. And I don't really keep up with Marvel Legends because there's just so much of it. But there is so much of that product out there. G.I. Joe Classified, we got a wave in April. Yeah. That's the wave that's sitting on the shelves right now. The April wave. Maybe it was February. I don't know, but it's still sitting on that. There's no tons of waves coming, and yet we still have a lot. 8,000 listings is quite a bit for a year and a half old property that gets one wave every 6 to 8 months. So why exactly is there this flood of secondary market right now for the vast majority of G.I. Joe Classifieds? Well, I want to say that the first reason that there is a flood on the market, aside from 00 Snake Eyes and a couple of the exclusives, the reason is because you have so many collectors tapping out, quitting still today. Even with all these great announcements, there are collectors quitting all the time, and you keep seeing another collection pop up, another person that's tapping out. And there's a lot of other reasons why people just quit, but I know it has to do with a lot of frustrations. And although this is kind of a silly frustration, there's another giant misstep that just happened, and it's frustrating collectors. So when you are dialed into collecting and you check it every day and you look at multiple sources like Facebook or, of course, eBay and Walmart.com, and you search G.I. Joe Classified every day, but yet some underground people get underground links and who knows where they found it. And even when you're told verbatim, word for word, the search at Walmart.com, you still can't pull them up unless you have a link. This is really frustrating and irritating. There is no chance on the planet I could have randomly searched G.I. Joe Classified and these popped up for me. But yet these popped up for some people with a special link. Like, who put out that link? Who figured this out? How do you figure out? And it G.I.J. and then it's Apollo, and even if you search Apollo and Satellite, it doesn't come up on its own. You have to have the link to get it. That's frustrating. That's irritating. But I guess kudos to those of you that got 3 of these because you knew about the underground link. That kind of nonsense right after you still can't get your Zartan. I guess some people got their Zartan. I didn't. But there's just things that frustrate people. And I got to tell you, there have been 3 or 4 times I wanted to quit and sell my whole collection. I got to tell you. And I wanted to do it so many times. I understand the frustration. I understand the feelings. But I still like it. I'm excited for future stuff that's coming up. And my son is really excited about the line. So I'm sticking with it. He's sticking with it. We're not going anywhere. So the next reason that we're seeing a flood of G.I. Joe Classified on the secondary market is because scalpers. See, scalpers want that quick flip profit. They want to make money right away. Hey, I just got this at Target. Take a picture of it while it's in my car. Sometimes scalpers even take pictures while they're in line to check out and post it. But I've seen that funny stuff too. It's crazy. But the thing is that if it doesn't sell for the price that they want, then they're going to have to lower the price. That's all there is to it. And in some cases, they're going to have to do a fire sale just so they can get some money, pay the rent or whatever. And that's just the way it is. It's reality. And one of the things that really helped hurt the scalping market was the G.I. Joe June. When they reissued a lot of the hard-to-get the G.I. Joe Classified Cobra Island stuff. And I have to admit, I was really excited about that. How I got my first Viper, but it was also a frustration because it took a half hour to get a Viper, and my wife did it for me. I couldn't even do it. So it was a frustrating point for me, but it was still exciting that I actually finally got a Viper. Still to this day, I have never once seen a Cobra Viper on a shelf at a Target, ever. And I probably never will until the 2-pack comes. Everybody wants to blame the scalpers because they can't find stuff on the shelf, and a big part of it is we do have troop builders out there that buy everyone they can find, and they're true collectors, and they troop build and all that kind of stuff. When it comes to scalpers, though, their receipts expire, and then they have to sell. They can't take them back. So I think that's what's going on right now when it comes to the scalper. But there's another reason why we're seeing a flood of G.I. Joe Classified on the market, and it's not a normal market. It's not a normal market like Star Wars Black Series, like the Marvel Legends. I'm going to tell you why. It's a lack of new collectors. So when it comes to like Marvel Legends and Star Wars Black Series, there's new collectors every day popping in. And yes, there are new collectors popping into G.I. Joe Classified, especially with all those great reveals, but not nearly the numbers of new collectors jumping into G.I. Joe Classified as there are in, say, Marvel Legends and Star Wars Black Series and all of that. And how do you see that? Well, part of it is the big, giant glut of secondary market stuff and the seemingly lack of interest thereof. I see all these collections pop up, very, very few people even interested. And you look at sold items. On Mercari, 1 out of 50 is sold. And then you look on eBay and sold listings. Yeah, they're sold listings, but they're super duper steals of deals. They're not normal priced or even slightly above price. It's super duper steals of deals are all that really sell on eBay. So for that, it shows me that there's old time collectors that are either picking up a second, a spare, or maybe they're finally picking up a figure because it got cheap enough and they said, "I'll wait." That's what's kind of going on for now, because the things are going to change. Hey, but if you're one of the handful of new collectors that just started out and you're looking forward to next year's new figures coming, this is a good time to buy because you are getting these deals and they may not be deals for a long time. And I'm going to tell you why. But before we get into all that, I suggest you buy a collection. You find one of these people that's got their whole collection, and like I'm fire selling my collection for $1,000. I spent $1,200 on it. I'll let you have it for $1,000. Offer them $800 or something, and then maybe you get a good deal, and they get sell it in bulk. When you sell in bulk, you never get as much as if you sell everything separate. That's the way to go with this. Buy it in bulk. Buy their entire collection. And then if there's doubles or something, then you could sell those off, not now, a year from now, a year and a half from now. Because right now you still have a flood at the market like Walgreens $11 Joes. So some of their Joes, the Flint Lady J-Wave, if you find any of those, they're probably $10.99 because that whole wave is discontinued at Walgreens. So about June, July, August of next year, yes, that sounds like a long way away, G.I. Joe Classified is probably going to go through the roof. My prediction is that by that time, these new figures coming out are going to spark excitement for all figures in G.I. Joe Classified. Even the earlier designs that we think suck, people are going to want to get in it and collect it because these figures do look really good. And it is excitement, and there's going to be excitement and buzz. But it's not even these figures. It's the 2 or 3 waves after it. And when Hasbro, and you see how they handle all their other franchises, if they put their full force and power behind G.I. Joe Classified, we will see wave after wave after wave after wave everywhere. Awesome figures. And it's going to create the excitement. People are eventually going to cave in and get excited and start collecting it. It's really hard because G.I. Joe is the largest toy franchise ever. Yeah, Mattel's got Hot Wheels. Yeah, Mattel's got Barbie. That doesn't interest me. Hot Wheels are cool. I got a bunch of them. But this really does interest me. Some of the items that are already starting to get hard to find is a sealed version of the Scarlet on the left. They did a repaint of her. The repaint's everywhere. Easy to get. Easy to get the repaint. But the first version, they're never going to make it again. Since they're never going to make it again, that actually is going to be a very short produced, small quantity item that if collectors really want to get into the variants and they really want to have the true everything that's been out for G.I. Joe Classified, completists, they're going to have to pay some money to get this thing sealed. And maybe you get one that's been opened or something, but I just noticed, just doing eBay searches, she's harder to find than the recolor variant right now. Imagine a year, 2, 3 years from now, almost impossible to find. Same thing with the 00 Snake Eyes and the 49 Snake Eyes. First off, I was sick of Snake Eyes, to tell you the truth. But I do like a few aspects of each of these sets. But I just didn't feel like either one of them were worth $40. And that's the thing. They were not worth $40 to me. And now people think the 00 Snake Eyes is worth $150 or $180 or whatever. Just to have $1.50 more worth of plastic in there for some more weapons and accessories and that kind of stuff. I still don't feel like it was worth the price. And I don't think it is worth the price. But collectors do, hardcore collectors that have to be completists. But I'm going to tell you this. These two figures, or most specifically the 00, because it's numbered, makes me realize I do not have to be a completist of G.I. Joe Classified. I thought I did in the beginning, but now I'm proven wrong. I don't have to be a completist. I can pick and choose as time goes on. So anyway, what do you guys think about this G.I. Joe Classified flood of the market on secondary market and flood of one wave at retail? And the movie stuff's going to work its way through. It's numbered, so it's all going to get bought by completists, of course. But I'd like to know what you think in the comments below. Like and subscribe. Today's Hanger out.